Hey guys, it's Mia Kosa and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about 8 things that I noticed while living here in Germany as a black woman. So just a disclaimer that these are 8 things that I noticed while living in Berlin in Germany between 2010 and 2013. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a few things that I noticed while living in Germany during that time. So, number 1. The African brothers will greet you African sisters generally. Yeah, most of them will greet you. You'll make eye contact and you'll give a little nod, yeah.
Hey, solidarity brother. I'm here as well in Europa.
But yeah, generally the African sisters, when you're walking on the street, they don't really give you that solidarity. Well, that's what I noticed anyway. But 2 is a lot of Germans, or quite a few of the Germans that I met during that time had never been to Oktoberfest in Munich. And they don't see the point of it because it's like just full of a lot of tourists, drunk tourists. If you're not from Bavaria, you don't understand. They don't really understand Bavaria. So people who are not from Bavaria will make fun of people who are from Bavaria, and I assume it's vice versa. But as foreigners, when we think of Germany, we think of Oktoberfest. Well, I thought of Oktoberfest and I was like, yeah, that sounds so fun. I need to go and see it and see what's going on. So yeah, so a lot of the Germans that I interacted with, and I mentioned, oh, have you ever been to Oktoberfest? They're like, no, why? Why would I go there? Number 3 is you can openly drink on the streets. And I thought that was so cool. And I was young and I moved here. It's like, yeah, you can carry your beer or a cocktail and just walk along the streets. Public drinking is allowed here. And yeah, I find that still cool to this day. Number 4, and this was annoying. When you are trying your hardest, guys, you're like struggling and you're trying to learn this hard language called German. You're putting the accusatives and the datives together and trying to understand how to construct the sentence, and they see you're struggling, but you're still trying because you want to learn their language. They switch to English, and that happened a lot. Like, it's annoying because you're trying so hard to learn the language and also to just become more comfortable in speaking the language, and a lot of them will switch to English. And I think they just do it so they can cater to you and make you feel better, but it comes out as a bit insulting because you're like, wow, is my German that bad? Like, is it that bad that you're switching to English? Yeah, so that happened a lot to me, and it was a bit painful to my ego because I was like,
I guess I should just stop learning this language because I'll never get it. Clearly they agree with me on that.
Number 5 was ordering tap water. When you order tap water in some of the restaurants, it's like you insulted their grandmother, their grandmother's grandmother, their grandmother's grandmother's grandmother. It's like a no-no. I don't know why it's such a big deal ordering tap water, but sometimes it can be a problem. Every time I had to order tap water, I got anxiety because I was like, what kind of fight will I have to deal with? What will they say to me? Once even, I ordered tap water at I think a Chinese restaurant, and the guy was like, fine, I'll bring you a tap water, but I'm charging you 50 cents for that. And I'm like, okay, wow. Okay, I will pay your 50 cents for something that is free coming out of your tap. Water is life. Water is life, so just give me my life. 6, people usually wait for the, as they call it, the Ampelmann here. The Ampelmann is basically the green traffic light. So yeah, you'll stand at the traffic light, you'll wait for the green man to come before you cross the road. I notice now that you find the youth who are rebels, and even some of the older generation who will make sure there's no car coming and then cross. But yeah, a lot of them will still wait for the green man to come Green means go, red means stop. Remember that, guys. Remember that. If you're going to cross, look around to make sure that there's no cars coming and that there's no police around. Some A-grade advice there. 7, cars actually stop at pedestrian crossing. You know those zebra crossings? A car will stop for you and allow you to cross the road. For people in South Africa, you know that cars will not stop for a pedestrian. It will increase in speed and try and knock you down. If you think they know what pedestrian crossings are, because they won't stop. They will not stop for you. And also, I don't think the green man works in South Africa as well, because it will be green. Technically, you're allowed to cross, but you have to watch to make sure that there's no cars turning. But here, if it's green and you cross the road, a car has to watch and make sure it doesn't hit you. So you're allowed to walk and the car has to watch you. But in South Africa, it's vice versa. It's green, you have to watch to make sure the car goes past and then you can walk. It's like, yeah. Number 8, taking off your shoes when you enter the house. I think that's, I don't know, I personally like that idea because you're stepping on so many nasty stuff. Like there's some gross stuff on the streets, and a lot of people do tend to spit on the street, and who knows, you might have stepped on it. You might have stepped on some dog poop as well and not known about it. Maybe stepped on some vomit, some dried up vomit. Didn't see that. You didn't see it and you stepped on it, and now it's on the bottom of your shoe. So taking off your shoes before you enter the house is usually considered as polite, but you generally ask your host before you take off your shoes. So you'll enter the house and you'll be like, oh, should I leave my shoes on? Can I take them off? And then they'll tell you.
In my house, you better take your shoes off, okay? Because your shoes are nasty. Your shoes are nasty. You have some nasty stuff at the bottom of your shoes. So take off your shoes and walk barefooted, because my house is clean.
That is some of the things that I noticed. If you enjoyed this, I will upload some more stuff that I noticed while living in Germany. In Berlin, yeah, I have a few other things that were quite funny and interesting. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on my next video. I'm in Berlin at the moment, so most of my videos will come from here, the main city, my favorite city in Germany. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and or comment, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye.